Welcome everyone, it's MyTyme here. This episode I'm going to bring to you NHL Supercard, new game, fresh out of the packet. It's only been out for a few days, and without further ado, straight into it. Okay, it's a similar game to WWE Supercard and MyNBA2K16. Those who have played either of them, and you notice from this layout, if you have played WWE Supercard, it is basically the same layout as Season 1. Okay, so I have played a number of games. If I click on Quick Game, you can see here, top right hand corner, I've played over 200 games. This is just to get me into the game, to understand how it works a little bit, so I can try and bring you guys some insight. So I'm going to try and keep this quick and simple. We come down to the bottom. You choose your favourite team when you first start up. I've gone for the Florida Panthers. Only other team I knew was the Calgary Flames from an old NHL game that I played on my PlayStation. So apologies if I've mispronounced names and teams. I don't know them. I just like the idea of the Supercard game. You have your card catalogue, which will show you all the cards you've currently collected in your time, and then you come to this little menu here: My Cards, Get Cards, Train, Combine, Enhance. Basic rundown: My Cards shows you all your current cards. Get Cards allows you to purchase cards. Train allows you to improve the current cards you have by sacrificing cards to power up different cards. Combine allows you to get two identical cards, combine them together to get the same card but a pro version of it, so it's stronger in all its stats. And Enhance allows you to power up your cards in their various abilities depending on which enhancement you choose. So that's the basics for that. Now if we come up here, we have this event going on, which is going to start in basically 36 hours time, which can be on Thursday UK time, and it's a event called Rivals Clash. Now if I click Rivals Clash, comes up. Basically what happens here is you pick a side. So I believe it's either the Blackhawks or the LA Kings. You pick your side, you play games. When you win, you get a point for your team. The team which has the most points at the end will determine what rewards people get. Now when you win a game, you will get points based on the player you played. So if you played a player which was a +1 game, you get +1 point. If you played a +3 game, you get 3 points. If you played a +5 game, you get 5 points. Now obviously 5-point games are meant to be harder than 1-point games, and a win will only get you 1 point for the team you chose, regardless of which opposition you pick against. Now I would go to the how to play to show you that, but you can do it yourself. What I will do is show you the rewards very quickly. You get ranked from 1 to 100, you get these rewards. Now from the colour coding, yellow are the best cards at the moment, being legendary, orange will be epic, which is second, then purple ultra rares, dark blue super rares, light blue rares, green uncommons, and grey commons. Now the uncommons and commons you won't find in here because they're pretty much never going to be used apart from your first 15-20 games until you get some better cards in your deck. Here you go. As long as you play the game, you're going to be ranked at least 100,000 plus, and you're going to get a super rare card. Now if it happens to be the LA Kings that win, right hand side, you will get an LA King player. If it happens to be the Blackhawks that win, left hand side, you get a Blackhawk player. Okay, so all the players, the rewards that you get are corresponding to the team they play for. Now I have a feeling that the Hawks will win because on this left hand side here we have two goalkeepers, but this Corey Crawford is a ladder reward in the game, and that means, basic terms, that you will get him from playing the game. So many games you get him automatically, so to have him and to get him given to you will mean you can make him into a pro quickly, which will give you a very strong keeper. So I have a feeling they're going to win this, but we can come to that later. So that's the basic of an event, okay, going on. Chance to get special cards, more powerful cards by playing the game. We have season mode here, which I have up and running to show you guys, and I'll give you the kind of my opinions on it momentarily. I'll also quickly come into quick game and show you the main bread and butter of the game. So at the top you have your team, okay, you have 5 outfield players and a goalkeeper. They have 4 statistics each. They have playmaking, playmaking even, skating and stick handling. Now you add all those 6 cards up and they give you a total sum of points, and that sum of points will determine what tier you're in. Now you can see that in the top left hand side by the little trophy, and where it says, in my case, Super Rare Plus, that's the current tier I'm in. If I put in stronger, better, more powerful cards, or improve my cards by training them up and making them more powerful, my tier will increase. If I put in weaker cards, it would decrease. Now you have a goalkeeper and 5 outfield players. Now those that played WWE Supercard, the reference of a goalkeeper is similar to that of a diva. MyNBA2K players, there is no similar reference. Okay. The reason why this is similar to MyNBA2K is because there are player positions, and the specific positions have specific players that play them and get a bonus. So as you can see, all my players have, at the bottom right of the card, they have their current position, for example C or LW, and their green backgrounds, because it means they're playing in position. Now should I put a player in there who wasn't playing in position? So let's take my centre out and swap him with anyone who is in the centre, and someone who's not in my team at least. There you go. Notice how he has a D and a black background, meaning that he's out of position, therefore he will not get a bonus in game. In game bonus is 5% stat bonus to all stats. Okay. The only person that you can't put out of position is a goalkeeper. If I go to swap, the only options I have are current goalkeepers. Okay, so goalkeepers, the only position that you cannot put a different player into that position, or put a goalkeeper in an outfield position. So needless to say, goalkeepers are going to be very important because they're going to be hard to come by, and they can limit your team. And the reason I say that is because when I show you a quick game in a moment, you will see that a goalkeeper is used every single game. But that is the basics, setting up your team. What can you do with these cards? Well, here you see swap, which changes your card for another one. Train and enhance. Now, training a card very quickly is where you take a card, you pick cards you're not using, and you sacrifice them into a card to improve that card. You click train, those cards will be consumed, and they will improve the overall stats of the card, your chosen card. So this Jonas Hiller is 17 out of 20, which means he's got 3 more levels to go up, then he will be maxed. Now you would normally use cards that you don't need, so for example uncommon cards and common cards that you're never using. You would feed these cards into the card you are using to improve those cards. Once a card is up to its max levels, for example 20 out of 20, 25 out of 25, depending on the tier of the card, it's maxed, and it can't get better anymore through training. It can only get better through enhancement, which I will come to in a moment. If you get 2 cards which are identical and they are both maxed out, and then you max them, then you combine them together, they will go into one card, but it'll be a perfect pro, it's called. Now if you pick 2 cards and they're both not maxed out and you combine them together, you will get just a pro card. You get a silver emblem which tells you it's a pro card, but it also tells you it hasn't been maximized to get its full potential out of it. Get 2 cards, level them both up to the maximum, combine them, they'll go into one pro card. That card will have a gold like crown or something on it, and that will let you know that that card has been pro'd fully, and when it's trained it will have its maximum possible stats assigned to it. Now if you want to improve a card, you can do so by clicking on enhance. Now as you play the game, you'll pick enhancements, and here for example take the first one at the top, it says a rare focus. You can permanently gain +5 to a person's focus. So if I were to take Jonas Hiller here and I were to attach this card to him, his focus would go from 106 to 111 permanently. Now top right hand corner of his card, little black circle, that means I have 1 enhancement slot. If I were to go back to a different card, so for example we scroll across here, we come to Roman Yossi, notice in the top right hand side he's got 2 circles. That means he can take 2 enhancements. So if we in theory got 2 identical cards, say for example Roman Yossi's, and they're both exactly the same, one has 1 enhancement slot, one has 2 enhancement slots. Once they're both level 25 out of 25, as you see here he hasn't been leveled up at all, he's 0 out of 25. Once say for example they were both maximum leveled, the 2 cards are identical stats. Where they would differ will be depending on the enhancements. So the card that you can put 2 enhancements on is obviously going to have more stats overall than the card that you can only put 1 enhancement on. And the maximum slots you can get are 3, and I will show you a card here. Here you go, Mark Schiffle, I don't know what his name is, apologies Mark. He has 3 slots. So him compared to a version of him with only 1 slot, this card will be much more valuable because you can make him stronger overall. Now I haven't had any enhancements yet because I don't have many of them, They're kind of hard to come by. I'm using it at the moment, but I'm not going to be using probably for a huge amount of time, so I'm going to save my enhancements. If you add an enhancement to a card, you can't take it off afterwards. It's there permanently. You lose it if you replace it with a different enhancement, or you combine two cards together to make it into a pro. Okay, so do bear that in mind and think about it before you add enhancements to your cards. So we have seen that. What I will quickly go and do before showing you a game and then logging off is to show you what the season is. Now, I'm a bit disappointed with the season. It follows that of MyNBA, where there's 82 games, which is the equivalent of over 3 days, basically coming up to 3.5 days before you get to the playoffs. Whereas in WWE Supercard, you play 45 games, which is just under 2 days before you hit the quarterfinals. So you can have that all wrapped up in 2.5 days, where in this you're looking for 4 days to kind of get to the finals and win everything. But you can see a season rewards. Season rewards follow that of Supercard, WWE Supercard, where you in here you have 2 cards to the winner, 2 of your current tier that you're in. Then as we go down, the rewards get slightly worse or less of them, and then you eventually get the 2 uncommon cards if you don't make the playoffs. Now, to spend 82 hours, or it is 82 hours in a season, and end up with 2 uncommon cards doesn't really seem worth it. You could play 2 quick games and get the 2 uncommon cards. Every game takes half an hour to complete, then there's a half-hour break before the next one. Now, yes, season mode will be worthwhile once you move up the tiers, and it's harder to get the better cards, because they don't drop as frequently from when you're picking cards on the board. Say you get rares and super rares more frequently than would do epics and legendaries. So then, yes, playing in a season and trying to get those cards is going to be worth it. But when you just start off, you probably don't need to worry about the season mode. You're just going to have cards in there that you then can't pro if you get a double one of them until the season finishes and everything. But I thought I'd just show you the season. So standings will show you where you currently are. As we can see here, I'm currently ranked 8th or tied 8th in the playoffs. Scroll down, you can see what the people missing the playoffs are and how many points they got, and also how far up the rankings you are. If you come back, schedule will show you who you've got coming up and who you've just played and what the results were. You can click on the game and it will show you the points and who played and what the results were. Okay, so come all the way back, click on manage season. I've just done this, so I can't show you now. I've just done this before I start this video, and this is your team now. My team wasn't fully fit before. These green bars left hand side, they were down in yellow and red for some of the players, which is the main reason why I lost the last game. I have used energies, which I'll move here down the bottom. You can see it on the screen now. You add them to a player and it will give them full energy again, which means that their stats are maximum. Once they play games, they lose energy and their stats decline and decline until they hit a rock bottom. So you can stop that by giving them energy, or by taking people off your bench here and replacing them with people in your first team. Now, like the quick game, it depends if you've got players in position to whether they get a bonus or not. So all those with a green background to their position on the cards mean that they're in position, they're getting a bonus. The guy here with a black background means he's out of position, so he won't get the bonus. You have to have a goalkeeper on the bench. The other 5 positions can be up to you. You can put all defenders in, all centres, or whatever you want to do. Okay, and you just let the game play. It plays it. The computer plays it. It picks up the matches, and then it obviously compares your stats to your opponent's stats, and then determines who wins each period, and then who wins overall. All you can do is swap your players around and add energy to them. The more energized your players are, the better chance you have of winning. So that's the basics of season there. And we'll come in and I'll show you the quick game. So once you've got your team up, you pick an opponent. You get 4 opponents each time. If you want to swap, you can come back, go back into quick game, and it will bring you more opponents. Now, you can click on ladder rewards here, and it will show you the various rewards you get from playing the game. And as you can see, you get enhancements, etc. from playing. Once you get to 300 games, you get a goalkeeper. So you will get a super rare goalkeeper after 300 games. If you struggle to get one, as long as you can grind your way through to there, that will get better. After 750, you can pro him, and here you go to 1,000 games. You get that Corey Crawford, as I mentioned before. He is also one of the rewards in the event coming up, Rivals Clash, so that could swing the tide. But we will come here and we will pick a player. So come to quick game, we're going to pick the player. Let's just say what's this, off constantly. Now it's 3 periods. This is where the game plays a bit like MyNBA, in that there's 3 periods, and well, there's not 3 periods in MyNBA, there's 4 quarters, but what I mean is you will pick a person, there'll be an attribute, and you play through it. It will kind of be, the screen's pretty similar to the MyNBA one. So the left hand side is the attribute that is applicable to your team, right hand side to your opponents. Now, things to note: goalkeepers using every match you play in quick game. Okay, you always use your goalkeeper. Secondly, there's 3 periods. You have to win 2 of the 3 periods to win the match overall. If you win all 3 periods, it's a shutout and you get a bonus. If you win 1 period, lose a period, and draw a period, you go into overtime. So win the game 2-1, you get 2 picks off the board, the prize board. Win a game by winning all 3 periods and the opponent having 0 on as their score, you get 3 picks. Go into overtime, where you win 1 period, draw a period, and lose a period to your opponent. It will pick a match with the last card or 2 that you have left. So you won't use all your cards, okay? You always have a goalkeeper and a skater. That will always be 1 match. You'll always have 1 single match and either another single match or a double match. So it's going to leave either 1 or 2 people in case it goes to overtime. So right hand side, you have your bonuses, your support cards. I have a +7 to 2 different stats and a +3 to all stats, and it says team. Now, little tip: if you have a team one like this, it means when it's used, it will boost everyone, even those which you're not using in this current game. Whereas the self one, the one above, will only boost a bigger boost, but will only boost the cards in this period. So here, for example, it's going to be most likely to be more beneficial throughout the whole of the 3 periods to use a +3 to everyone than to have a +7 to just 1 or 2 people for this period. But you can change it depending on how it goes. You might want to keep it and give yourself a bigger boost to win a period and win overall, rather than just giving yourself a smaller boost for every period. But I'm going to use this +3 to team. I have to use my goalkeeper here for playmaking. My tactic usually has been, because my goalkeeper hasn't been very strong, is to lose the goalkeeping one and win the other 2 periods. So if I win the goalkeeping period, it's a bonus, but I'm trying to win the other 2 periods. So I'm going to use a similar tactic to that now and see how it does. So I'm not going to pick my worst card for playmaking, but I'm not going to pick my best 2 cards either. So I'm going to go for this defender here, 117. Pick these two, I'm going to be against 2 super rares most likely. Yes, here we go. They've got 1 more leveled up than the other. I'm going to just about win this. And as you can see, I did win. Okay, so I'm now 2-0 up. I won the first period. Focus, choose a skater. I'm going to pick my best skater, try and win the second period, so I've guaranteed myself to win. 135 here. They're going to bring another super rare. Nope, it's just a rare. Okay, so I win this comfortably, and I am now 3-0 up, and I've won 2 periods. So even if I lose this, I can't lose the game. I'm going to still pick my best 2 players here for playmaking, because I'm going to try and win this period, which I will do, to get myself a perfect shutout and get 3 picks. And this is the game. If you notice, I have 1 card left, so if we had tied overall, say with 4 points apiece, there would be 1 more match to go. Now, I don't know what happens if in overtime you tie as well. It's not happened for me. I've been in overtime a couple of times, but it's always been a winner. So you see down here, it says 3 picks. I pick 3 of these cards, and they will reward me with a various reward each time. So here, I've ended up with a common, Mark Letsu or Letetsu, something like that, an uncommon coach power up or support card, and a uncommon Ron Hainsley. Click proceed. Those cards go into your card collection, and they can either now be added to your team, using your team, or you can just keep in your card collection, or you'll train them into your cards that you're using to improve them. So we'll go and we'll play another game quickly, just to, yep, I'll be done before that, just to show you. So let's just say we come here and we'll play Notorious. He can beat me instead. So you click down here. This time I'm probably going to lose this game. I will try and show you kind of like what happens if you lose or what you might do. So the same thing again. I will pick the +3 to all teams. Only picking the playmaking attribute. Now knowing that I'm going to have to use my goalkeeper, I want to try and win this one because my goalkeeper is probably my weakest card if you look at stats overall. So I will pick probably 2 good cards, which is not quite my best cards. So I'm going to pick my left wing and defender and pick 2 cards that I'm hoping have a good chance to win. See, so I'm against their goalkeeper and one of their outfield players. As it happens, they've got a very, very strong outfield player and a reasonable goalkeeper. So I'm just about going to lose this, I think. Okay, so now I'm 1-0 down. Now I'm going to pick a good outfield player to try and win this because I have to win this period. And I lose still. So whatever's happened, I did say I was going to lose this game before it happened. That's why I picked the guy. I could just tell by stats, but it doesn't matter. So now I'm 2-0 down, so I can't win. Last game, so I have to use a goalkeeper, and I have to use an outfield player, and I'm going to win this one, but it doesn't matter because it's too late. So I lose the game 4-1. So I'm only going to get 1 pick, okay? So it comes to the board again here, and I just get the 1 pick. Had I won the game 2-1, I'd have got 2 picks. And then you click proceed. So that is the basics of the game. So I've played a little bit over 200 games now. I've tried to just show you basics of playing the game, the cards, the training, everything. Once Rivals Clash is underway, I will do a video up of playing Rivals Clash. I will show you a bit more of the season, how it's going. I'll try and show you the contenders bracket, should I make it. And if anyone's got any questions or any queries about the game, please just leave them in the comments and I will see if I can help you out. As I said, I have only still kind of started playing these Supercard games fairly recently, so I could be a little bit misguided with some of the information given you, but it's not purposeful if I am, so please correct me. I'm always willing to learn. But thank you anyway. I do this for fun, so if you have enjoyed it, please let me know. If anything else you want to find out, leave in the comments. I'll reply, do my best to do so. As I said, I'll come back with another video probably sometime Thursday or Friday once Rivals Clash is underway, and I will show you the gameplay there, and then kind of the whole point system, etc. Well, I've been MyTyme. Thank you very much for watching. Take care, and please give it a go if you've liked this video. It's a fun game, and it's worthwhile to play in your spare time. So take care. Thank you for watching. See you soon.